Every single time you get up and walk toward the bathroom, your dog is behind you, without fail, without hesitation. You close the door, and within seconds, there's a nose pressed against the gap at the bottom, maybe a paw sliding underneath, maybe a whine you've heard 1,000 times but never really thought about. Most owners laugh it off. Some find it annoying. Almost nobody asks the real question. Why does your dog act like your trip to the bathroom is the most critical event of the day? The answer isn't cute. It's ancient. And once you understand it, that paw under the door will never feel the same. 1. You're vulnerable, and they know it. When you enter the bathroom, you do something you rarely do anywhere else in the house. You go into a small enclosed space alone, and you close the door behind you. To a human, that's privacy. To your dog, that's a threat scenario. Your dog doesn't understand what a bathroom is. They don't know about toilets or showers or the concept of personal space. What they see is this. Their person just entered a small enclosure with one exit and sealed it shut. In the wild, that's a trap. That's the kind of space a predator corners you in. That's where vulnerability becomes fatal. Every protective instinct your dog has fires at once. Not because they think you're in danger intellectually, but because the pattern, small space, closed exit, separated from the group, triggers a response that's been hardwired into canines for tens of thousands of years. That whine at the door isn't neediness. It's a perimeter alert from an animal who just watched their most important pack member walk into what their brain reads as a dead end, too. Separation doesn't exist in their world. Here's something fundamental about dogs that most owners intellectually know but don't emotionally understand. Dogs do not have a concept of voluntary separation. In a wolf pack, members separate for only 2 reasons: hunting or danger. There is no wolf equivalent of, I need a moment alone. That concept doesn't exist in their social architecture. When you walk away from your dog and close a door between you, their brain doesn't file this under my human wants privacy. It files it under my human is no longer accessible, and I don't know why. Every closed door is an unexplained separation. And for a bonded dog, unexplained separation triggers a low-level stress response every single time. Not panic, not full anxiety, but a quiet, persistent unease that only resolves when the door opens and you reappear. This is why your dog doesn't just follow you to the bathroom. They follow you everywhere. The bathroom is simply where it becomes most obvious because it's the one room where you consistently close the door. Every other room they can follow silently and you barely notice. The bathroom forces them to stop, and stopping is the thing they're least equipped to handle. 3. They're guarding you at your most defenseless. This one is going to reframe everything. Think about what you do in the bathroom. You sit down, your posture drops, your guard drops. Your attention is elsewhere. In the language of animal behavior, you are exhibiting every sign of a vulnerable pack member. Dogs notice posture changes with extraordinary precision. They know the difference between you standing alert and you sitting relaxed. They know when your body language says, I'm engaged with my environment versus I'm completely checked out. When you're in the bathroom, you are, from your dog's perspective, at your most defenseless, and they position themselves at the only entry point. That's not clinginess. That's a guard posting themselves at the door of the person they've decided to protect. If you have multiple dogs, watch which one follows you to the bathroom most consistently. In multi-dog households, it's almost always the dog who is most bonded to you. The one who has, without any training or instruction, assigned themselves as your personal security. They don't care that the biggest threat in your house is a dripping faucet. Their wiring says vulnerable human plus enclosed space equals I need to be at that door. And they show up every single time. 4. Your routine is their religion. Dogs don't understand time the way you do. They can't read clocks. They don't know if it's been 5 minutes or 50. But they are absolute masters of sequence. Your dog has memorized every pattern in your daily life, and the bathroom is a fixed point in almost every sequence you run. You wake up, you go to the bathroom, you go to the kitchen, you feed them. That's a chain, and every link matters. When you get up and head toward the bathroom, your dog isn't just following you. They're following the sequence. They know what comes next, and they want to be positioned for it. But here's the deeper layer. The sequence itself is a source of security. When the pattern runs the same way every day, your dog's world makes sense. The bathroom trip isn't meaningful to them in isolation. It's meaningful because it's proof that today is going the way yesterday went. And yesterday was safe. Breaking the sequence, skipping the bathroom, going to a different room, leaving the house at an unexpected time creates a ripple of uncertainty that your dog processes as something's different, and different might mean dangerous. That paw under the door isn't just about you. It's about confirming that the world is still running on the schedule that keeps them feeling safe. 5. They do it because you're the entire world. After all the evolutionary explanations, after the pack behavior and the guarding instincts and the sequence monitoring, there's one more reason your dog follows you to the bathroom. And it's the simplest one. You are everything to them. Not part of their world, the entirety of it. Their food comes from you. Their safety comes from you. Their joy, their comfort, their sense of normal. All of it traces back to a single source: you. A dog doesn't have a career. They don't have hobbies. They don't have a social media feed or a circle of friends or a list of goals. Their emotional universe contains one sun, and that sun is you. When you move, they move. When you stop, they stop. When you go behind a door, they press themselves against it. Not because they're broken or anxious or poorly trained, because the alternative, being in a room where you are not, is the least interesting, least safe, least complete version of their existence. Every time your dog follows you to the bathroom, they're making the same statement they make 100 times a day in ways you rarely notice. Wherever you go, that's where I belong. And of all the places in your house, the bathroom door is simply where that truth becomes impossible to ignore. So tomorrow morning, when you get up and head down the hall and hear those footsteps behind you, and that familiar thud of a body dropping against the door, don't laugh it off. Don't push them away. That's not a nuisance at the bathroom door. That's devotion at the only place it can't follow.